So as I'm sure you already know, I've already reviewed a couple of fragrances from the brand Geeza, and I've even featured one or more of his fragrances on lists that I've done on this channel in the past. Well, today we have a brand new release. So in today's Cephalabon contributor video, we're going to be going over the brand new fragrance by Geeza. This one is called Pearl Leather. I'm also going to tell you about a very special giveaway, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I tell you all about the brand new Pearl Leather by Geeza, and it's a wonderful fragrance, I'm very excited for people to get their nose on it, and I'm also going to let you in on a very special giveaway. I want to start things off by saying that if you are a fan of fragrance-related content, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Make sure to hit that bell icon and then click enable all notifications so you never miss an upload from me. And then, of course, give this video a thumbs up if you took something of value from today's episode. There is going to be a full bottle giveaway on cephalabon.com. All you have to do is follow the first link in the description box below. And after you've read through the article and become a registered reader, just leave a comment on the article and that's it. That's all you have to do. Just make sure to check back on cephalabon.com on the date that's specified in the article, because that's when the winner is going to be announced, right? I will never announce the winner on this YouTube channel. I will never ask you to contact me on Telegram or WhatsApp or anything crazy like that. And certainly I will never ask you to pay me in order to claim one of your prizes. It's a scam. It has been disproportionately targeting a lot of fragrance channels here on YouTube, but other channels as well. But I've seen a lot of my friends here on the platform get affected by it. So please don't get fooled. There are a lot of scammers making their rounds, and I've already corresponded with a few people who lost a bit of money in it. Anyway, Pearl Leather, this is a wonderful fragrance that has an undertone of sweetness. It has this leather accord in here that is so wonderfully done. It also has saffron in here, and saffron is often used in the synthesis of a leather accord. So I'm glad that the perfumer Ryan Huntz even listed saffron on the back, but there's vinyl. So there's a vinyl accord in here that's really interesting. Watery notes, limoncello. There's a lot of really wonderful ingredients. Definitely takes kind of like a tropical dark turn with an undercurrent of vanilla. I'm excited to tell you more about the smell. Let's start things off with a quick look at the presentation. Now, as soon as you spray this fragrance on, I was immediately reminded of, believe it or not, some of my favorite tropical fragrances. And I guess it's that limoncello in the opening combined with the vanilla, where I almost kind of got like a coconut sensation from it. Now, of course, there's no coconut in the note breakdown unless I happen to overlook it, but there is amber, vanilla, castoreum, woody notes, saffron, white leather, so on and so forth. So it does have this sort of fruity, fun, upbeat personality about it until you give it about 10 minutes to dry down, and then the leather becomes so abundantly clear. So white leather is really at the fore of this fragrance, and I guess there's a lot of ambiguity in what white leather could potentially smell like, because leather is a fantasy accord, right? So you think of white and perhaps you think of clean, musky, maybe white florals perhaps. I'm not really getting anything floral from this fragrance, but I am getting a spicy sensation that combines with that fruity sweetness along with the vanilla in the base and everything. Now, in terms of the amber accord, I don't find this to be a balsamic or resinous fragrance or anything like that. If anything, I actually find this to be rather sweet and vanillic, and it doesn't have that exotic, rich, sticky, balsamic, warmth, right? It kind of has like this upbeat, vivacious personality about it that I really do like, but I think it's the presence of the spices and the leather that also makes this a great fragrance for the autumn and the winter. And so the longevity on this fragrance was great. So I got 9 to 10 hours on my skin. If you spray it on clothing, forget about it. It's going to be on your clothes for days. But I really like how diverse this aroma is. It doesn't just stick to one field or one specialty or bailiwick or anything like that. Instead, it kind of like fuses a few different elements together to really bring forth a unique composition, and one that melds all of the ingredients together so effortlessly, right? The leather and the limoncello and the vinyl. And so I don't collect vinyl records per se, but I do have a lot of vinyl records, especially the Beatles records. I'm a huge fan of the Beatles. I know what that smell is like when you take it out of the plastic and, you know, the cardboard that it's housed in, and just the smell of vinyl is really nostalgic for me. And it's also a really pleasant smell. I guess it has VOCs or whatever, volatile organic compounds, that you pick up off the synthesis of the vinyl. But I really get that from this fragrance too. So there is this pleasant sort of, you know, leathery, crisp, yet fruity, nostalgic aroma about it. Pearl leather is awesome. Now, there's a seashell on the top of the box, so I think that's supposed to allude to the watery notes in this fragrance, and I'm sure they're in there, and maybe that's what I'm conflating with tropical, because I've already used the word tropical to describe this fragrance a few times. But I don't get anything that's aquatic per se. Nothing smells salty to me. It doesn't smell marine, perhaps a little ozonic, but I don't get ambergris or anything like that. So it's a really interesting fragrance, not peculiar, but really interesting in the sense that all of the ingredients play into each other's company very, very well. And the overall smell that's established is very, very pleasant. Pearl leather is awesome. Definitely check it out if you get a chance. And drop your comment on cephalabon.com for your chance to win a bottle. Hopefully you're the lucky winner. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. Now, first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, well, this is a unique leather, right? There's a lot of leather fragrances on the market. There are some that are on the sort of clean suede leather variety, like L'Anonyme by A Lab on Fire. Then you have the really dark leathers, the exotic leathers like Pure Distance M or Ombre Leather by Tom Ford. And then you also have leather fragrances like Bulgari Black or Parfum Cortana Hierofante. This is really different, right? And I think it's because there's that sweetness in here too. So it really throws a monkey wrench into the situation. You're like, what kind of a leather is this gonna end up being? But there's enough of that vanilla to really make it amiable and agreeable. Overall smell is very pleasant, but I like that it has that darker personality at the finish. Longevity, 9 to 10 hours on my skin, fantastic longevity. I would surmise that this is a strongly concentrated fragrance. I know a lot of times the concentration doesn't, you know, convey everything in terms of the exact percentage or anything like that. So I'd be very curious to know what the percentage is. It is an eau de parfum, but it could be 25%, 26%. It lasts a long time is the end of the story there. Projection on this one was great for the first hour and a half. It radiated beyond an arm's length. It started to become an elbow's length scent right around hour 6. Hours 9 to 10, it disappeared. In terms of the versatility, I think this one can be worn all year round, actually. I think it has enough of the watery notes and that ozonic appeal that you can wear it in the hotter weather. The longevity is great enough that you can wear it in the colder weather as well. Perfectly unisex. Anybody of any age can enjoy this one. And of course, these are just recommendations, right? Definitely make sure to put your own nose on it to see if it works well for you and with your chemistry and all that good stuff. And in terms of the presentation, I think it's a really, really nice presentation. I think it's very minimalist, especially in terms of the box, but it has an iconic look to it. And I suppose the white wooden cap kind of reminds me of driftwood a little bit. So it kind of like matches the theme of the fragrance and it having watery notes and whatnot. My final verdict on this fragrance is it's a tropical leather fragrance. And I know tropical, maybe that's not an adjective that Ryan Hunt would personally use to describe this fragrance. Maybe it is, I could be totally wrong, but I think it's such a unique leather fragrance. Very well done, very cleverly composed. Congratulations on the new release. Thank you so much for sending it to me for my consideration and allowing me to feature it on my YouTube channel. It really, really means a lot to me. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you took anything of value from today's episode, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell icon so you could be notified whenever I do upload future videos to this channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.